A very good evening to India, good morning to Brazil, good day to all viewers of Global Educator Forum. We are on the journey of education and sustainability program. So we keep doing a number of episodes, taking views of educators across the country, across the globe. All viewers, those who are going to watch this program, we are culminating this entire talk show as a actual ground conference in Portugal on 26 and 27 October. I invite all to recommend the students, teachers, and professors, those who can participate and put their views on the topic education and sustainability. So very good morning to all Brazilian friends of Global Educator Forum and very good evening to all Indian friends. I have Dr. Santi dealing in education. I would love to know about your views on education and sustainability, especially in context of higher education and as well as the school education. Welcome to you and over to you. A short introduction, first of yours, and then you can start.
Sure. So, Namaste to all and most welcome and thank you for welcoming me. And this is my name is Dr. Shanti Saravanan. I'm a Sansar celebrity artist, is my well-known name in art and culture. So first, I want to is a wonderful topic, education sustainability. So yeah, I am travel with art and culture is the most important thing in our in future also present. Because in this stage I am coming means of course art and culture. So that's the main platform for me. So I am traveling most in online or offline in internationally contemporary artists in Sansar means well known. So how much important in educational sustainability in arts? Soft skill development is most important thing in education sustainability is most important thing because just one second. Because in arts, soft skill development, in nowadays, 600 out of 600 also is possible in day-to-day life. So how much to chase our dreams in better performance and best performance is about in our soft skill is only is basic and needed one. So it's easily to communicate, is easily and understandable one in education because education is easily traveling nowadays. Future, of course, in AI, all things is possible. So AI means you already know better performance in education. So how much to travel and compensate with AI means, of course, our soft skills only is performer. So many things I want to convey. So in better way, I want to travel in art and culture and overall performance. I want to only one thing I want to say: soft skill and improve day to day in education system. Learning is most important thing in our other books like library books. Improve our knowledge in multivaria is most important thing. And I am a Sansa celebrity artist already. I am said, and other fields also I am developing because like financial concept, sports. Because education is a C, like an C. AI is coming means how to compensate means, of course, it's possible. Our soft skills, day-to-day life training, practice, regular training is the most is possible thing. Anything else your question means most welcome, I will answer, sir and sister.
My specific question is through art and culture, how we make people aware about the nature, about the ecosystem.
Wonderful question. Thank you for a wonderful question. In a better way, I want to explain because I am an environmentalist or environmentalist. In my nature, all things are possible in arts. You can't because in speaker way, of course possible, but you express in our arts means easily observe the like mind and art touch. It's absolutely possible in the environment because in you are seeing background means my always I am touch with heritage and environment only I am connect with my arts. Is my special touch, my arts. And most students I am always said environment. Don't go to the luxury. Go to the environment. Is the best luxury is the environment.
Means you are already getting involved yourself, connecting to the nature in your painting, in your. Do you think by going into our ancient culture, we feel that nature is being destroyed by us, and how we recover this?
Uh, in mid age only it's a destroy one. Now we are becoming a heritage culture is most important and luxury thing. We are and heritage is other what I am saying means heritage is the most luxury thing. You do not buy it in a luxury way. Only buy it in the luxury way is the best thing.
It
And
means to say that heritage is a gift of our ancient history, which we cannot buy with the luxury. We can construct malls, hotels, shops, but we cannot construct the heritage and culture. That is maybe lots of monuments are there.
Of course, it's we are growing means some destroy is coming, of course, but it's the better part we are travel to prevent the nature and grow to nature and comfort with our luxury thing. How much possible taking a luxury is of course possible because we are not go to the hunt home. We are just we are willing to grow means apartment like an villa like that only we are travel. So sometimes hard like that we are not go to the past thing. So sometimes in apartment and villa also now I am more awareness to people also I am telling to the sweater like that my dear my regular day to day is most important thing I want to tell here. In day to day morning, one sweeper brother is coming in the vehicle, blue and green. It's absolutely possible nowadays, and I am saluted that regular sweeper. I am salute day to day because that brother only. I am not tell that particular word because he is the first person I see. First nature I will see. Other person is sweeper. That person is the most important thing. That person is not comfortable means my home is become dirty. So I saluted that brother and regularly watching my status also and clapping like that in WhatsApp status also seeing. I don't that person I don't visit my status like that. I am not omitted. That people is most important thing in our regular day to day. my celebration, anything else means that brother I invited to my home and some sweets and distribute. That person is now a sister is easily to communicate and my home more than other home, other houses. My home is so clean because that respecting.
Great. Very well said. The work which they are doing, of course, our home is clean. Otherwise, it was not possible. I have, can I request Dr. Ravindra Rena from South Africa, who is got connected with us?
Professor G, I'm trying to connect with the laptop. Do you want to give a chance to another speaker, or can I step in?
I think you are connected. You are connected. You want to connect?
Okay, I don't
Take
know.
5 minutes.
It is not showing. That's why I was struggling with my maybe network issues. But if you want me to start with the laptop, would be better than this thing. But I don't know. If you want me to proceed, I will proceed. Or if you want me to,
Completely freedom is there. Complete freedom is there. You want to take 5 minutes? Take 5 minutes. Because
okay,
we discuss this
In the
all things
meantime, you can
with the
discuss.
heart. So, Dr.
Yes,
Shanti,
sir.
coming to you with the
Please.
in our Indian culture, if we look after our previous experiences where all the nature was connected and named as a god and goddess, sun, earth, water, air, these all are the god and goddess. So our spiritual value, which was deep in our heart, due to the development of shopping malls, roads, these values has gone down. What do you think?
I want to say here I'm a ground worker because in my street or in my area, my name social activist or environmentalist means well known in Dr. Shanti Saran ground worker. Any cat and because it's a not only mall or anything changeable, not changeable thing, but simple thing is changeable means of course is a main thing. So one cat is uh, bleeding means that time I want to Blue Cross and taking the off day. I think 8 hours to take that cat to Blue Cross Society and settle that cat and petties also. Because it's the most important thing. I don't want to clap because but in this platform want to say is our duty, our care, like a cat, dog, cow, simple person, not a luxury person, nothing anything. See, obey the nature means the cat and regular simple thing I want to share in respect to because educational sustainability. Why I am taking here environmentalist means because environment is friendly means of course possible good things happen means education also is good thing. So this is the cycling thing. Cycling.
Very
so
connected with each other.
connecting with a good plus one, like a simple thing is making a better future. So now I am started with a simple thing. Now I am a social activist. Well, and awarded with many arts and culture only, not a thing, environmentalist, social activist, because I love environment, because I am an artist. Arts,
Great.
where it come, where it did come, that colors where it did come, environment only. Environment where did come, education not a steady material. It's the broadly universal education. That I want to say, stay foolish, stay angry. All things, many people, yeah, all things no. So that people, I want to compensate me, stay foolish, stay angry is the best part of regular night will sleep means just brain is most important. Don't garbage that brain. All things I know, all things I know. The another day where I learn.
Very true.
So I want to learn something means stay foolish, stay hungry is most important. That now I am I want to say I am 155 types of thoughts I know because I am a stay hungry, stay foolish. Now I want to start learning more than important because financial concepts in doctorate, in financial concepts, sports archery, and Carnatic Veena play, social activist. Now only I am saying here, but I am my mind itself. I am a simple human, not an that thing,
Really
that.
great. That is your greatness, of course, and we salute your greatness. You are an environmentalist, you get engaged into society work. Of course, this is also a very, very important part of the. Now I have a pleasure to invite Professor Dr. Ravindra Raina from South Africa. I am sure your experience in forum, what we do normally, we discuss things which are touchable, means which we can touch the people heart rather than reading books. What practically is happening? Our things are just in the articles and the books and the library. Of course, this library books has to come on ground reality. So welcome to you, Professor Ravindra Raina ji, and over to you. A brief introduction and then you can start.
Sir, good evening and good afternoon. Good morning to colleagues from Brazil. And it is indeed a proud privilege for me to be part of your webinar series, the Global Education Leaders Forum, where you are heading, Professor S.K. Singh. And also we got a colleague, Dr. Lucia, who is connecting me with your forum. In fact, she's the bridging point actually to bring you on board.
She is the international president for this all. I am the small person. I am owning India. She is owning whole world.
That's so. I mean, it shows that how humble you are, sir. We all here to support each other and work with each other to bring some, kind of positive outcome actually. And so just to introduce myself, I thought Lucia would introduce me, but I sent my profile to her. It's fine. I can just shortly say, because if she begin to introduce, she may take at least 5 minutes to introduce me, my profile. But anyway, my name is
Professor Ravindra, my audience must know it. I gone through your profile here. Lucia has gone through your profile. It is opportunity, my audience. So we stay connected with each other. You take your 5 minutes. I don't mind.
No problem, sir. That's fine. I would just would like to say my name is Ravindra Raina. I'm a professor of economics. I'm originally from India, but for the last 26 years of my professional service, I've been working in different continents of the world, from Australia to Africa and Europe and so on. I was also in Brazil last year. In fact, September last year at Sao Paulo and University of Unicamp, which is one of the top ranking institution in the whole of Latin America. I was there as keynote speaker for that conference. And yeah, so I do travel a lot, and I've been to almost 42 countries in the world so far. And I got 31 years of experience, sir, in teaching different universities across the globe. And then, yeah, I've been published probably about 150 articles in peer-reviewed journals. More than 100 of them are Scopus indexed and Web of Science journals. And I got plus minus about 50 articles or 50 chapters that I published in edited books. Majority of them also Scopus indexed. I serve as editor-in-chief of International Journal of Education, Economics and Development, which is Scopus indexed and ABDC ranked journal. I also serve as associate editor of the Bottom Line, which is published by Emerald UK, which is also a Q1 Scopus Index journal. It's among the top 2% of the journals in the world. So that is in brief. And currently I'm working as a professor of economics at Durban University of Technology, Durban, South Africa. And previously I served in other institutions in South Africa as well, in Cape Town, also in Northwest University and so on. So this is the brief, sir, but we'll always learn more in the days to come from each other.
Really, indeed, it is a great pleasure for all of us as a Global Educator family. People like you are here. It's a really great achievement. If I say, Beatrice, compliment to you bringing sir on the screen. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for that kind gesture. And the topic that you have chosen for today's webinar is very, very important. We've been talking a lot about sustainability for many years now. Of course, for the past probably more than 2 or 5, 6 decades, we are talking about sustainability. So the sustainability, education sustainability practices, that's the topic that you choose, and it's very important for all of us. Why do we need to know about this sustainability? In the interest of time, sir, I would like to unpack certain important points here. That I wanted to tell one thing, that the population of the globe is reached 8 billion on 15th of November last year. So we are a little more than 8 billion population, maybe close to 8.1 billion population. That's what in the globe that are living today. And out of that, the largest populated country is none other than our beloved country, India, which made India with about 1.42 billion people living there. The second is none other than China. China used to be the largest populated country almost from 1950 until last year. It is the only country in the world which has always been #1 in terms of the population. So I'm saying all these population issues here, there is an important connect between the sustainability and the population growth also. I will probably reach when in the coming couple of minutes time. So the population in general, the third largest populated country is none other than America, which is about 333 million people living there. And then the fourth could be Indonesia, about plus minus 280 million people are living there. And then next comes Pakistan, about 230 millions. And then we have our country from Africa, Nigeria, about 220 million living there, and Brazil comes probably about 216, 270 million people living there. So these are the largely populated countries in the whole world. So if we count these countries, 6, 7 countries in the world, we have population probably about 80% or somewhere there. So with this, why do we need to know the population statistics here? Now, if you look at the area size of our planet, ladies and gentlemen, is about 500 million square kilometers. That's what we have. Of course, that covers the oceans and the water, which is about 76%, and the land is about 24%. If you look at the surface of the land, is about 149 million square kilometers. So which means that the Pacific Ocean is even bigger than the overall surface of the land where these 200 countries are stationed actually. So Pacific Ocean alone is about 168 millions, whereas the surface of the land of the Earth, Mother Earth, is about 149 million square kilometers. So from that, again, Russia is the largest, and I'm not going to go to the geographical details here. But my point of concern to mention all these facts and figures is that we've been talking, what is the capacity of our mother planet? We all have our own mothers, and S.K. Singh sir and Patricia and Lucia and everybody, we have our own mothers, but we share our common mother, that is our Earth, Mother Earth. We don't even think about that. Mother Earth is our mother actually, because the day we were born, the day we were going to leave this world for good, within this lifespan, Mother Earth is the one who's taking care of us wherever we are. Sometimes we go to India, we go to America, we go to Singapore, or go to Brazil. Wherever you are always connected with Mother Earth. Mother Earth is the one which is taking care of us. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, our people living, this 8.1 billion people living here, very few people, they begin to think about our mother. That's the biggest problem here. So if our mother can conceive 2 children or 4 children or 5 children, and that is still manageable. Mother can still manage. Whereas if the same mother has got 10 or 15 or 20 children, it would be very difficult for the mother to manage in terms of providing the food, in terms of looking after their, monitoring their discipline, providing the basic education, health, and all other facilities. It's very tough. But now when it comes to our Mother Earth, we don't care about our Mother Earth. Now the population of this world for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, we reached to 1 billion in 1804. And 1804 to 1927, almost it took more than 123 years for us to grow 2 billions. In between this 1804 and 1927, in 1921, about 102 years ago, our population reached about 1.25 billion people. So 1.25 billion people is the carrying capacity of our mother planet. And from 1920, 100 years ago, we already reached the saturation point. For the last 100 years, whatever the population grew over a period of time, and 1.25 is the carrying capacity, now we have 8.1 population. So the gap between 1.25 and 8.1, that population is an excessive population living on this planet. You can imagine that 6.5, nearly 7 times the population is grow up, and that heavy burden, 6.5, 7 times heavy burden our mother planet is carrying us down. Now, under these circumstances, ladies and gentlemen, still Mother Earth is taking care of us, still giving us whatever we require in our lifetime. But nonetheless, our brothers and sisters living on this planet, we could not able to take care of our mother. We cannot able to think about our mother, at least on special occasions. The special occasion to begin with our birthdays, for instance. We all celebrate our birthdays. Of course, there are some people downtrodden, they may not be in a position to remember their birthdays and celebrate their birthdays. But majority of our educated people, at least we remember, even if we do not celebrate, cut a cake and so on. So if we could able to plant a tree on the eve of our birthday, we can generate at least 8 billion trees on this planet every single year. That's number one. The second point is that we celebrate Earth Day on 22nd of April every year. And if we could able to plant one more tree on that specific occasion, on that auspicious occasion, we still can have 8 more billion trees. Recently, last month, on 5th of June, we also celebrated Environmental Day. And if we plant one more tree on that day, then we could able to generate 24 billion trees, additional trees every single year in this world. But how many of us we are planting the trees? We know, those who are here, those who are attending this function, they know it. Holistically and with utmost responsibility that we need to do at least once or twice or thrice. If we could able to plant, that means we are trying to take care of our mother planet. That is the bare minimum you can do to our mother planet, actually. You don't need to give the gifts to her. You don't need to give any expensive stuff to her, but don't abuse our mother planet with your ulterior motives and your greedy attitudes. So ladies and gentlemen, if you look at the other side of the coin, that's why we've been experiencing COVID-19 tsunamis and so many other natural calamities that we've been experiencing, earthquakes from time to time. That mother planet is absolutely carrying us with excessive burdens. So we mustn't, despite these excessive burdens, we are still trying to exploit as much as we can. Now, if we look at the plastics that we are using, every single minute, ladies and gentlemen, there are more than 3 million bottles that are being thrown out. 3 million bottles per every 1 minute. So you calculate that with 24 hours, you can get a figure that, and what is going to happen to these plastic bottles? Are we going to recycle them? How many of them are recycled? How many of them thrown into the dustbins? How many of them are thrown into the oceans? We need to question ourselves. In order to decompose that plastic bottle alone, it takes probably plus minus about 170 to 250 years to decompose one plastic. Now, if you throw a diaper that we use for our children, small kids, to decompose the diaper itself, it takes more than 100, 150 years. The silk sarees that our Indian ladies they wear, or silk clothes that Indian people they wear, to decompose that silk clothes will take more than 50 years actually. The cigarette butts, people they are smoking the cigarette butts, to decompose that it takes more than 40 years. And even the plastic bags that we use with about 80 mm, that will take more than 80 years for us to see that it is decomposed. We don't even leave that 80 years period, many of us. So in our lifetime, just to decompose the plastic life is more than our life actually. So ladies and gentlemen, I mean, we begin to throw a lot of garbages. And if you look at the garbage that is being thrown by Americans, by Indians, we are number 1, 2, 3, 4 in the whole world. More than 3 million metric tons of garbage has been thrown into the probably landslide and maybe landfill areas. Some of them are thrown into landfill areas, some of them thrown into oceans. There was a report I was reading, ladies and gentlemen, that in Pacific Ocean alone, 1.9 million square kilometers land was occupied by all the garbage that has been thrown into the ocean. They've been accumulated at one place deep inside the maybe eastern part of Pacific Ocean, that 1.9 million square kilometers. That is almost more than half of the size of India as a country. That has been covered by the plastics actually. How our sea animals are going to survive with that? What did we do? Are we doing enough to take care of our own environment where we are living? We've been thinking that United Nations is going to IPCC, United Nations are going to come forward and they will invest the money and they will clean up. No United Nations can do this. No Narendra Modi can do that. No President Biden or anybody can do that. We, the citizen of this world, we are the global citizen of this world. We carry the responsibility for ourselves. If we are able to contribute a little bit, maybe 1 hour in a week, if you could able to, or 2 hours in a week, if you could able to, we can do a lot better. We can make this world much beautiful, much better place to live. But how many of us we are doing such kind of practices? That's the point that need to be questioned. So ladies and gentlemen, in the interest of time, I would like to mention a few more facts before I end. Now, the number of trees that are been planted, that are been existing in this planet, on an average, we got 400 trees for every human being living on this planet. On an average, the number of trees that are available is 400 trees for one person living on it. So you multiply the number of trees that are available, the forest that we have. Yet, if you look at countries like Brazil, Brazil has got more than 8,000 trees per one human being living there. If you come to India, being the first largest populated country, we only got 28 trees for one person. We are not even very close to the global average, actually. Take our capital city, Delhi, and it is so pathetic, ladies and gentlemen, that for every 3 people, there are only 2 trees are there in the area like Delhi. Now, we have, India is such a 5th largest economy in the world, and we have most polluted, top 50 polluted cities. If you take, majority of them are coming from India, actually. So it's not about the population size, because Tokyo is the largest populated city in the world with about 40+ million people living there. It's not about the population. It is how we take care of our environment, how disciplined we are. It is not about education. Your mother is your mother. You are living on this planet. That is your mother. You must not disrespect your mother. So whatever you throw onto the garbage, into the dustbins, you need to be responsible doing that. So we have country like Russia, it has got 55,000 trees for one person. Russian population is less than 145, 146 million people living there. The number of trees that they have is 55,000, and we have in America, they have close to 10,000 trees. And whereas in India, we have only 28 trees per one person, which is not sufficient. So that is why we need to plant more trees. We need to not to throw the rubbish everywhere just like that. If you go to the cities in India, our people, they think that it's their birthright to throw the dust garbage anywhere and everywhere. They think they feel proud to throw like that. So these are the things need to be changed. Education, the schools cannot teach us all these things. We human beings, we begin to realize everything that we do in our day-to-day life, it is impacting negatively on our mother planet. So it is our mother. If we do not, we as the children of this planet, if we do not take care of our mother, nobody else can take care of. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, it is our responsibility. And let us join our hands together and let us try to protect our mother by planting as many trees as possible. And be responsible not to throw your plastic bottles, and be responsible, try to protect our environment so that now the climatic conditions drastically changing. If you look at from 1900 to 2000, that 100 years period, the climate grew 1.2 degrees centigrade. From 2000 to 2021, in the coming 70 years, 75 years down the line, the temperature is going to grow with almost 2.4, double the temperature what we had in the first 100 years. Are we going to survive actually? Indian cities, they have been experiencing almost 47 to 50 degrees temperature many times during March to June, July. And cities like Italy, or a country like Italy and European countries also been experienced. They never ever experienced 47, 48, 50 degrees temperature, but they are experiencing already. Canada before last year is also experienced, and there are a lot of people died with the heat waves. Now, country like Libya, Algeria, that's where the highest mean average temperature recorded with about 55 degrees centigrade. It is impossible for us to live in an area where the temperature is about 50 plus degrees. Now, if we do not take care of our mother planet, ladies and gentlemen, the great-grandchildren or our grandchildren are going to come to this planet. There will be very few in number. The population that we are going to see in the coming 25 years, they could be 9.5 billions. But in the coming 500,000 years, our population in the whole world can be reduced to 600 millions. So from 9.5 or 10 billion people, we are going to be 600 million. That is half of the population of India, less than half of the population of India. So ladies and gentlemen, these are the concerns I would like to share with. But I would like to thank
you. I think
Singh. Yeah, because in the interest of
something great, Dr. Raina. I was not imagining such critical situation, but one thing is good which I would like to share. As a GEL members, we normally do one plantation on the birthday or any special occasion, your marriage anniversary, your friend's birthday. You find an occasion, any happy occasion. Just maybe on 2 weeks back, I was in my hometown and I have planted more than 200 trees throughout. If I say my journey, 2,000 trees which are planted by me are still alive. So that gives me little peace. The oxygen which I require for me, my family and my relative is my responsibility, if I think in that way. There should be a chapter which I am keen to write to Education Ministry of India. A child must know what are the fundamental right is okay, but what is fundamental responsibility for a country citizen. We know fundamental rights, we need education, we need electricity, fine, it is okay. But as you said, what is my fundamental duty to Mother Earth? So this need to be defined in chapter 1, where each and every one, before they become graduate, journey of 15 to 20 years, they must plant 20 plants. And there should be a marking, these 20 years plant are alive or not. You planted, it is okay, but who will take care of it? If they are not alive, means you are not getting that credit. So integration of the social responsibility must be carried forward for the education, for the job opportunity, and as well as for the promotion. Then things can be changed. If you are getting promotion from one position to another position, it means your responsibility towards Mother Earth is more. This is what the thought we are keeping, and extremely happy Dr. Santi and Professor Ravinder. And one thing I keep requesting you all, this journey is not possible without continuous effort. I can be a one drop of this ocean who has started. We are reaching people. I request my students, I request my teachers, I request my parents, I request my all educational fraternity. It is not the responsibility of any country, nation, prime minister, as you have said, president. It is the fundamental duty of each human being. Those who are on Mother Earth should own this responsibility and take this journey forward. Only things are possible. All the viewers of this conference or webinar, those who are going to watch today, tomorrow, or after a year, take this pledge, take this oath. I will be respecting my Mother Earth. Then only you can think about Mother Earth. And this is not possible all alone. So we take this journey forward with your blessings. Once again, my heartfelt gratitude and thanks to Professor Raina and as well as Dr. Santi. Beatrice, vote of thanks. Over to you.
No, please, Renata, professor Parves, está aqui para falar. Renata.
He has not yet joined.
Parves.
Parvez, got it. Professor, okay. Professor Dr. Parvez, can I have you on the screen? Dr. Parvez from Bangladesh.
Am I audible?
You are audible.
It must be from Malaysia, I think. Is it Dr. Parvez from Malaysia?
Okay, Dr. Parvez, welcome on the forum. And you introduce yourself, so confusion goes Malaysia or Bangladesh. Welcome to you.
Basically, I'm from Bangladesh, but okay. Dr. Raina actually was one of our guests from my foundation, which is from Malaysia. So for that reason, actually, my brother actually don't recognize me that from where I am. So basically, I am from Bangladesh. So this is MD Shahriar Parvez. So I'm the
Parvez,
founder.
I say we all from Mother Earth. I like the sentence.
Yes, that is the main thing. Actually, we are from the Mother Earth. So I think from the song of the John Lennon that actually imagine. So there is no country. So that is the main thing. The Mother Earth actually the main thing. So I just introduce a little bit myself that I'm from Bangladesh. I'm Professor Dr. Parvez, and I'm the founder and CEO of Independent Perception and Research Hub. So that's I think that's enough. Otherwise, if anyone want to know more about me, please, it's a social wall, so you can search me anytime, anywhere from this world. So now we are come to the point today that yes, it's my gratitude. I give my gratitude to this foundation and our respected Sir S.K. Singh. So my dear brother, and also Dr. Lusika, you are actually wonderful personalities. And yes, this is that is called the webinar or conference that is related with education and sustainability. So why the question is here that sustainability, how can we sustain? So I am just agreed with the conversation between our two respected brother that motherland. So if I am not who I am, actually I am Dr. Parvez. So before that, I am a son of my father and my mother. So if I am not respecting my father and mother, then it's not possible for me to sustain this thing in this earth. So that is the main thing. So now we come to the point in education and sustainability. In my 17 years of teaching period of life, I actually observe different kinds of students in my life. And I am just concerning about one thing, the curriculum. Actually, there is a difference between the curriculum and syllabus, but most of the institution, in fact, in my country also, I'm working World Bank. So where actually we are find out one thing, that most of the institution in a primary, tertiary level, they don't understand what's the difference between the syllabus and curriculum. So that is the main thing. So if I want to give us sustainability in the education, then at first I must impose the activity-based learning education. Otherwise, it's not possible to sustain, because I don't want a PhD holder each and every house. I want a skilled person in every house. So one of my students who actually learn how to do it, that is the main thing, not the CGPA that he or she got the 4 out of 4 or 3.9 out of 4. That is the main thing. Main thing is actually the activity-based learning system. And yes, in a sustainability, in a curriculum, in a sustainable curriculum, we just divided this thing in 3 ways: that environmental sustainability, economical sustainability, and also the social sustainability. And also in the educational term, we just divided this thing in the natural resource management, also food and farming. It is also needs for sustainability, and also ecological system. That is, Dr. Rena already told that yes, day by day that is called the global warming is impact on our food and farming. And yes, I am also working with the that is called the environmental issues in our countries. And yes, today the total centrifuge is already, it is goes up. So the expert try to below it in 2, but it's not possible. So far I understand, but we are trying to below is 2. But now come to the point that why we need sustainability in education. Because without sustainability, it's not possible to build up the backbone of a nation. And if I say, yes, my children is know how to know the mobile work, that if he or she know how to work the mobile, in my era, I don't know about this thing, that how I run the mobile, but it is a technological thing. So we must emphasize the technological revolution. Otherwise, it's not possible. For that reason, STEM education is very much necessary for sustainability. And another point is the Bloom's taxonomy in education. So if we impose the Bloom's taxonomy in education, then it will becomes a better, that is called outcome, because where we find that there are different kinds of domain are there. So in a psychological domain, in an affection domain, in a psychomotor domain. So if our expert who are actually the policy maker, if they are actually want to sustain the education, in the meantime, they must emphasize the learning method, in activity-based learning method in their institution. That is, I also already worked with World Bank, I already surveyed many of the students. Now in this era, even now in this era, most of the students don't know why they actually come to studies in business or in science. They just said, my father said, oh, you will become a scientist, you will become a business person. But that is not being the question of sustainability. Sustainability comes from my heart. So if I believe that, yes, it is necessary for my own development, then sustainability will be happen. Like I am just sharing a little bit about the sustainable status of the women empowerment in Bangladesh, because I am from Bangladesh. Like in our countries, at first our government emphasized the women empowerment because it is also necessary for sustainable education. For that reason, from the primary education to tertiary education, a woman don't spend a single penny for her education. So that is how we relate the sustainability with the education surrounding the women empowerment. And yes, day by day, in the last 20 years, we see we are already success in 82% that women actually now goes to their school in a primary level, in a secondary level, in a tertiary level. Now come to the point, if I want to say that the educational sustainability work side by side, then I must empowering the women at first, and because they are our economical ingredient also. Like in a shadow economy, Dr. Professor Ravindra Rana, brother, you know the impact of the shadow economy. So if we are not emphasize this thing that yes, our women also our asset. Like I'm just saying a little bit thing about one example of interview board, that one of my question from one of the faculties that said, say about your mother. So he just told me that my mother actually was a housewife. So I'm just saying, no, you are actually doing one mistake here, that your mother actually a homemaker, and your mother actually make you. For that reason, you are here. So that is my last word, that we respect the motherland and we respect the elders, we respect our mother, we respect our father. Then if it is from my heart that yes, we are respecting the elder, then sustainability will happen easily. Otherwise, it's not possible. And always, I am just giving one advice to all around the world who are actually the viewers of this webinar. From my viewpoint, I don't want any kinds of old home in this world, because I want a world without old home, because our mother and our father is our asset. So thank you so much for inviting me these kinds of wonderful webinar. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Parvez. Indeed, it was a pleasure listening you and Rena both, because you both are the real ground practitioner and inspiring this youth, those who are going to take care as a volunteer of Mother Earth. Rightly said by you, without mother and father, we are no one. But initial talk that Rana was talking about, if we look after our own mother, so there are the in number of son and daughter of Mother Earth. Who is going to talk these values to them? Who is going to make them aware that it is not just a responsibility, it is a fundamental duty. Sometimes I do believe we must think the fruits which we are eating today, of course, these plants were not planted by us. The oxygens which we are utilizing, either it is a gift of nature, either these plants were planted by our ancestors. So looking into this perspective, Global Edu Leader Forum is aiming to empower people from the heart, because we believe as a global edu leaders, distance from head to heart is the one of shortest distance, which is approx 12 to 18 inch, but it takes entire life to get connected. So this is what for today. Once again, thank you one and all speakers, all my viewers, all my members, stakeholders, country coordinators, executive members of Global Educator Forum. This journey was not possible without your effort, your blessings. Either you are there in the program or not, but I am happy to know this journey was a one small drop, which I had a thought 3 years back, but it is somehow coming up like, blessings of this Divine Mother. And my parents, my kids, and my families are blessed with it. So, Beatrice Lucia, over to you for your closing word, and welcome to you. Without effort of Beatrice, this was not possible at all. So, she is the global president of Global EduLeader Forum.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening for you. Is audible?
Yeah, carry on, please.
Okay. It is an honor to have these speakers, wide ideas and concern for education and sustainability. As SK Singh always says, education and sustainability is not a philosophy of life. It is an attitude. So we need to change social habits that encourage people to conform. So I'd like to invite you to learning about our sustainability projects. For example, what is the sustainable desire of young people? Thank you all again, and especially Mr. SK Singh and the Global EduLeaders Forum, who believe that we can make a difference. If you really believe you can make a difference, join us. Kind regards to all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you once again. Happy weekend. Hope to see you in some other program. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. It's nice to see you, and we'll connect with each other. Thank you.
All pleasure
Thank
is
you.
mine, sir.
Namaste.
Gratitude.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste. Bye-bye.